Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Neeraj Arora English. And in this video, we are going to talk about the revision strategy that you have to adopt for your advanced accounts paper. And this video is for new syllabus. The students of old syllabus need not refer this video. So let's get started. We have divided the duration of our preparation into 3 days: day 1, day 2, and day 3. Day 1 is the day on which you are having your tax exam. Day 2 is tomorrow, the second day that you have for preparation, and day 3 is basically the day of your exam. Coming on to the syllabus, we have divided our syllabus into 3 parts: A, B, and C. A part covers the majority of your syllabus, B part covers another portion of your syllabus which is easy but scoring, and then the last part which covers theory and other important topics. Let's take a look on what chapters are there in part 2A. So part A has the module 1 chapter AS, that is accounting standards and your guiding notes. Chapter number 9, insurance. Chapter number 10, banking. Chapter number 6, amalgamation, reconstruction, liquidation. And then finally, chapter number 14, that is consolidated financial statements. These 3 topics are to be done together because they have some relevance to each other. These 2 topics, they are newly added topics in the new syllabus of CA Intermediate. So you can expect a short question from one of these topics. This topic is topic of CA final. You cannot expect a very difficult question from this topic, but if there is going to be a question, it will be of 12 or 8 or 16 marks. So you have to prepare these topics very carefully and very wisely. Moving on to part B. Part B has chapter number 3, that is ESO or employee stock option, buyback, underwriting, mutual funds, goodwill valuation. Some of the topics, again, they have been picked from the CA final syllabus. However, you cannot expect a very difficult question from these topics, but then the difficulty level of the question will be moderate. The interesting part about this topic is that it's easy yet scoring. So don't you think of missing out on any of these topics. Any of the topic would come, it would be super easy and it would be scoring. Scoring that you will get full marks. Moving on to part C. Part C has a very simple topic, NBFC, because we don't want to leave too much for the last day. That's why we have kept very less syllabus for the third day, that is the part C. And it also includes your theory, so you can do theory either from the notes that you have prepared for yourself, handwritten notes, or you can refer the notes of your coaching teacher which he or she might have given to you, or you can just refer to the notes which you might have downloaded from any website or any Telegram channel. And then lastly, RTP. RTP is revision test paper that is provided by ICI. It is very important, very important. Now let's understand the strategy, how we have to go about the preparation of advanced accounts. Starting with the day 1, so there are some of you who would have come and slept off after the tax exam and then started studying, revising. And then some of you would be like coming off after the exam and then started studying, starting with small topics or something like that. And then you would go for a long and sound sleep. Whatever you do, guys, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter who is studying in the night, who is studying in the morning. It doesn't really matter as long as you're able to study with concentration and you're full focused. It doesn't really matter at what time you're studying, but you have to make sure that before starting your second day, you have to complete accounting standards. So that's the target for our day 1. Day 1's target is to complete accounting standards, at least the majority of them. Okay, now coming on to the day 2nd. So when you'll wake up the second day and then you'll start studying, you'll realize, oh my god, I've already completed the accounting standards. So you'll be happy, there will be a sense of satisfaction, and then you will be easily able to move on to the next chapter, that is the insurance, banking. You have to do them together, and then you can prepare for another chunk after taking a small power nap after this. And then after completing these 3 topics, you can move on to the consolidated financial statements topic, which is slightly tricky but also interesting. After completing your part A, you can take another power nap, you can go for a break, you can go for a small break or something like that, or you can watch some YouTube video to relax yourself, or you can just go and chit chat with your mama. So in the part B, as I told you before, that it's easy but it's scoring, so you have to do it with full focus and full concentration, and make sure that you're reading the concepts carefully. So the topic goodwill is slightly tricky, so you have to pay attention to it. So make sure that you are doing at least 2 sums from this topic. Now, accomplishing all the targets set for the day 2, will be moving on to the day number 3. But you have to make sure that you are completing your part A and part B before moving on to the day 3. The day 3 is free. We've not kept much syllabus for the day 3 because it's the exam day and we don't want to stress ourselves with the amount of syllabus. So we'll be doing a small chapter NBFC and then we'll be heading on towards the theory part. Theory part, we're going to refer the notes by the teacher or Telegram channel or some website. Just refer whatever you want to refer. It's completely fine. But don't skip it. Don't take the risk of skipping it, okay? So all this should be done before 11 a.m. because at 11 a.m. we are going to start the RTP, that is revision test paper. The reason why we have kept it on the last day is because we'll be able to get an overview of the whole syllabus of advanced accounts. So it may happen that some students will have a preference to complete the RTP alongside the chapter's revision. While I would suggest you guys to complete the RTP, to study from the RTP all at once, because when you'll get to see all the questions, you'll be able to realize whether you're able to recall the concepts or not. When we are revising chapter number 1, for example, then after that we are going to do RTP and all the concepts are freshly revised. So it's very evident, it's very obvious that you're going to attempt the question in the RTP very easily. However, after completing all the syllabus and then you pick up the RTP and then start solving question randomly, for example from amalgamation, are you still able to recall the concept? So that's where the test is going to happen. After all this, let us understand how to revise, how to go about the revision. So you have to start with the formulas or the concepts of any chapter. If there is a formula based chapter, read out all the formulas. If there is a concept based chapter, for example AS, or for example amalgamation, where you have to go through a lot of adjustments, you need to understand the concept behind the adjustments. So go through all the concepts and then start looking at the star marked questions, the questions that you've marked as star. So while you were doing your first or second revision, you must have marked some questions which were really important or which you found interesting or which you found hard. So make sure you're going through all the questions, and then you have to solve at least 1 or 2 of the toughest sums that you encounter. I'm sure there must be some questions which you have marked like 4 or 3 or some 5 times. Make sure you're solving those questions. Make sure that you are solving a comprehensive question from every chapter, because that way you'll set the flow for yourself to attempt the final paper. So all this while you have to be very, very patient. Don't hurry up. Don't just skim through the pages with a blank mind and eyes on the paper. Make sure whatever you're reading it with full attention and with full concentration. If no time is left for solving the sums, then don't worry about it at all. You can just look at the formulas and then you'll be good to go. So the problem that we are going to face in the examination is not how to solve. It's not how to do calculations. It's going to be what to do. What's the next step? If you're able to recall the concepts and then you'll set a direction how to solve, then you'll be able to properly solve the question. You'll get a direction. So I would like to end this video on a note that you have to complete 100 marks paper and nothing less than this. Advanced accounts is a practical subject and you have to make sure that you are giving your 100%, nothing less than 100%. You will be losing your marks in theory subjects like audit and SM. So make sure that you're giving something extra to advanced account because it's scoring. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much and all the best. If you have any doubts, then you can ask in the comment section and then we'll be replying to them. All the best, guys. Just give your best.